Do you guys remember how last week I said that it was calm and quiet and boring and like, hey, we just did a checkup, like, hey, how's everybody doing at home? Well, apparently both sides took offense to that because holy shit are the bullets flying this week. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me on this hot evening is Prospector Johnny, and I thought it was supposed to be fall, but we're sweating.
It's so hot.
It's so hot.
Still.
It's almost. I mean,
technically,
fall.
it's not fall yet. Almost, but not quite.
But it's still. We shouldn't have 88 degree.
This week
days.
It hits fall, right? We're
the 21st, 22nd,
or the end of it.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
around there.
Yeah, this week. No, yeah, this week. It's fall.
I can't wait till next week.
At the end of this week.
But by Friday we should be good.
Yeah, well, it is actually it is Friday that we hit fall. Anyways, Johnny, this week opens up on the 16th with Nathan Bedford Forrest.
No, he's still around.
Yeah, he's still around. We shot the other one. This one, he's still doing this shit. He's going to take 4,500 men. He's going to start raiding Sherman's supply lines to hopefully stall and draw him out of Atlanta. Meanwhile, Grant is going to approve Sheridan's plan to cut early supply lines south and hopefully his retreat path. So now that he's got the numerical advantage, Sheridan's plan is I'm going to go behind him and underneath, cut off all of his supplies, and then he's got nowhere to go, and hopefully he'll just surrender.
Okay, yeah, sure. I can see why that might work.
Johnny,
just you have the numbers.
Just go attack
take them out.
Yeah, there's
just
do
it.
There's that.
Do the thing.
That might have been that's probably the better plan. Johnny, John C. Fremont, you might remember him way back in the early part of the war. He was a radical Republican. He was a part of, he was like the overall commander of the Western Volunteer Forces there at the very, very beginning. He was the very first to initiate a Emancipation Proclamation. He said, "Everybody's free!"
Right, and I thought that was it. I thought that was going to be the end of the war. I remember now.
And then Lincoln
said no. He doesn't have that authority.
Yeah, Lincoln said no, and then Lincoln demoted his ass, and then booted him.
Which was a mistake. Lincoln should have been like, yeah,
that was mistake.
Yes. He did the thing. That's done.
Yeah. It should have been like,
because what was the South
out of my
listen?
hands? Somebody
anyway?
announced it.
No,
can't fix that. No takes backsies.
But sorry, instead, Maryland.
He himself is actually running for president underneath the Republican ticket today.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Word?
John C. Fremont is. But today, on the 17th, he actually drops out of the race. He decides that his fear is that if he continues to run, it's going to split the Republican ticket and then give the election over to McClellan. He's like, I'm going to be the better man. I know
McClellan getting that.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Oof. Can you imagine a McClellan president?
Yeah, Lincoln's the incumbent, so we should back out and let Lincoln take it. He does say, he goes, listen, to all of his supporters, listen, I still think Lincoln is a shit president and doing an awful job.
But vote for him. Hey, piece of shit. Less of a piece of shit than the other guy. So, man,
do you want a Democrat to get
in the future, people would be able to understand choosing between just the worst of two choices.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, I don't know, the elections of 2000, 2004, 8, 12, 16, and 2024 being like, oh, everybody's shit.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
That'd be wild if that were the case.
They're going to have, flying horse carriages by 2024.
That's going to be so dope.
It will be so dope.
They, catch and breed Pegasuses.
Oh, yeah, that'll be awesome.
Oh.
The unicorns are going to be, they're going to find those guys and they're going to rebreed them.
Well, and then we capture them, we breed them, and then everybody gets a unicorn.
Everybody gets a unicorn.
It's going to be so dope.
Could you imagine if there's a president?
The future of America is going to be awesome.
That's what the presidents are going to run on is, which president can give you a unicorn.
Right. It's really going to come down to unicorn versus Pegasus.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
It's gonna, do you want to fly? Do you want a horn? What do you want?
I get you.
I don't even know if those are the actual differences between the things.
I think Pegasus could actually have unicorns too. I don't know.
Is it? I don't know.
It doesn't.
Hey, weird horse folks, go ahead and let us know in the comments. What the hell's going on with those?
Does not matter. In a shocking move, instead of protecting his numbers, Early is actually, on finding defensive ground, Early is actually going to move his army to strike at the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. I don't think he's seen the memo of, you're outnumbered 4-1. Maybe.
You know what?
Don't go on the
offensive.
You know
what I think he did see?
that
was
Sheridan
all
wasn't
of the
doing shit.
historical
Yeah,
battle
you might.
reports of, hey, they were outnumbered 3-1, 2-1, 4-1, and they
lost.
beat the shit out of them.
They did. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe he was just looking at that and being like, hey, you know what? They think I'm going to do this, but instead I'm going to turn around and kick them in the nuts. Maybe that'll work.
That probably, honestly, is.
And he might not be wrong because, I don't know, if you're expecting him to do one, it's to do the unexpected thing.
Yeah.
It's.
On the 18th, Early's forces are going to move out and push away the federal cav that's around Martinsburg, but they are forced to pull back to Bunker Hill as his forces are far too spread out, and he realizes his forces are far too spread out, realizes that he's facing 4-1 odds, and goes, Bunker Hill it is.
Well, so his issue wasn't his tactic, it was the spreading too thin.
Yeah, he spread too far too fast. Yeah,
he spread them too thin. If he kept them closer and just punch a hole or something, I don't know.
Spread too far out. Now, in a surprising,
good.
In a surprising move for Sheridan and a surprising Union move, Sheridan's actually going to change his battle plans and goes, nope, I'm going to move directly towards Winchester in the hope of destroying Early's spread out army right here, right now. I outnumber him nearly 4-1. Fuck it, let's go. And Johnny, on September 19th, we have the third Battle of Winchester. 3 battles in the same city.
Oh. Did we win? Is it?
We win this one, Johnny! It's a victory! It's a Union victory! Sheridan's cav is actually going to hit the Confederate forces on the north end of the city and send them into full retreat. At the same time, his Federal infantry is going to march from Berryville Pike west up towards that north end and strike at Early. Confederate forces underneath Major General Ramsier are going to be forced to retreat along the Berryville Pike. Early actually recalls his 3 divisions and tries to set up a defensive line as best as he can. A second Union thrust late in the afternoon forces Early to call for a general retreat up the Valley Pike Road. And the Union, Johnny, in this whole battle, they're going to lose 697 killed, 2,983 wounded, 338 missing, to Confederate losses of 276 killed. That's an underreported number. 1,827 wounded and 1,818 missing. Early is now badly beaten and he only avoids complete capture because there's a mix-up of communications with Sheridan's troops, and the troop that was supposed to flank underneath didn't move fast enough.
So they didn't
do their job. So they got away. Johnny, out in Indian Territory, Stan Whitey is going to raid a Union supply wagon, taking 202 wagons, 5 ambulances, 40 horses, 100...
Who?
Huh? Stan Whitey? Stan Whitey?
Who's doing it? Old Whitey?
Oh, Whitey, who's an Indian?
Old Whitey's going to go and take some Indian land? That's weird.
Well, old Whitey the Indian is going to take some white people.
Oh, wait, he's an Indian? He's
a Cherokee. He's a Confederate Cherokee.
Okay.
He's actually the asshole.
My confusion.
Okay, 2 seconds. He's the asshole one who broke away from the Cherokee Grand, like their High Council. He went against their wishes and sold all their land. That was in Georgia to the Union.
Wait, did we give him the name Whitey?
We maybe did. And betrayed
because
them.
Like, he acts like us.
and then he's the one who, like, when the rest of the Cherokee were like, we're going back to the north, he goes, no, I want to own brown people. So no.
Oh my God! If we didn't give him the name Whitey, they did, because they're like, no, you're ostracized. Your name is Whitey because you are them.
Yeah, you are us. Yep. Johnny, he steals 202 wagons, 5 ambulances, 40 horses, 1,253 mules at a value of $1.5 million.
Like,
that might be overinflated. In what world is 1,000 mules worth $1 million?
Like, him and his folks.
Yeah.
Like, not just. Like, it wasn't just him.
No, it was him and his tribe. Yeah, it was him and his tribe.
Okay, yeah.
It's not just him.
And yeah, I would go ahead and say that
those numbers seem inflated.
Every single one of those, was it donkeys they stole?
Well, there's 40 horses, but 1,253 mules. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing every single one of those was top tier show quality, best
for the insurance
bred
purposes.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I lost 1,000 stud donkeys or whatever they did. And they're like, really? And they're like, yeah, it was top of the line.
Top of the line.
You know,
best of the best.
Just bred for work, nothing but muscle. Could plow 10 acres themselves in half a day. And,
Probably.
It was actually worth maybe more like $300,000.
You're probably right, Johnny. On September 20th, Lincoln urges Sherman to let the Indiana boys return home on leave to vote if they could not vote in the field. The reason being is Indiana is actually a swing state and is a very pivotal state for Lincoln. He needs Indiana. So his solution is if the Indiana boys can't like do a mail-in ballot, they gotta go. Sherman let them go home to vote.
Surely they could just be like, hey, tally up your votes here. We'll write it down and we'll mail it off.
Yeah, maybe, but
that would be cheaper.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a little cheaper. And
maybe
a little bit
shadier.
There's a lot of
and probably easier to corrupt and to forge.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Indiana boys that are like we got a lot of Indiana units in Sherman's army. Like I don't think we can send them all home. That's what I'm saying. A significant portion of the army. Yeah,
that's why I think you just like do like a silent vote thing, whatever. They get a couple ballot boxes.
Heads down, 7
put
up.
Them up.
Heads up, 7 up. What was that?
Something
that. We did it in school. Remember heads up 7 when you put your head down and then you went around and you tapped the
spied on people's shoes.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
You're a fucking cheater.
This is the only way anybody ever won. Yeah, always cheating. I was such a cheater at that game. I wasn't even slick about it either. All right, Johnny. Because Indiana's key state, he wants to send them all home. Sheridan's forces are actually going to pursue Early with skirmishes at Middletown, Stassburg, and Cedarville. Sheridan's going to end the day occupying the heights overlooking Stassburg with the Confederates just south of the town on Fisher's Hill. On the 21st, Sheridan's positions are in such that he wants to do an assault, but he's got to let's all right, huddle up, team.
Group up,
They're on Fisher's Hill. We're gonna go. We're gonna get them. So let's ideas, battle plans, straight at him. Is that what we're gonna?
Wait, no, that's he's in charge.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He tells people what to do. He doesn't ask for opinions.
Sure. Yeah.
Fire him.
He's getting battle plans built up, Johnny. It's okay. The week's gonna end on the 22nd with the Battle of Fisher's Hill. During the night, Sheridan's actually
plan.
Here's the plan. In the middle of the night, Sheridan's going to take some of his forces underneath Crook, and he's going to sneak them around the left flank of the Confederates at night without them knowing. So he's on their flank, south on the flank. And in the morning, through a whooping charge, Crook is actually going to seize the Confederate entrenchments in the Confederate rear. As that charge is underway, 2 Union corps are going to advance on the Confederate front. These are the guys that are just frontal assault, but the back is already, it's folded. They're...
Right, they have nowhere to go.
And then he's going to hit them in the front. This sends Early's forces into a full rout for 4 miles before he's able to rally his troops. Somehow still able to get... He didn't do a good enough job. There was gaps. There was holes. But he does send him on a 4-mile route. Now, good news here.
Well, he sent him for a jog?
He does.
Hey, go do a quick 5K, boys.
It's a good...
what?
Johnny, it's still a good... it's not as good as, completely capturing his army, but we do... all right, hold on.
Hey, Tommy, you want to know what I'm real tired of with this war?
This war?
Hey, Union did a good job, just not good enough to do anything of impact. Hey, we tried our best. We did a good job. We killed more people than they did. That's great. Hey, are we any closer to ending this war? No! Because who fucking cares about actually ending this war? All we want to do is keep winning these, cool, we got a little battle. Oh, we did good. It was fine. No, it's not what we expected. No, it's not what we wanted. But, we killed more of them than they killed us. We made them run for 4 miles. That was cool, right, guys? That's awesome. That's so good. End the fucking war! Sorry, go on.
That's going to be a short. All right, Johnny.
I'm so sick of this.
I know, I am too, but the good news is here, at least on the Union side, can you guess how many casualties we had total?
7,500.
I mean, it's more than 70. Okay, we had 8 guys killed. That's it.
That's great.
That's good. Those are good numbers. That's good numbers.
Sorry to those 8 mothers, but that's not
but
bad. That's small price to pay.
That's like a future school shooting. That's fine. Those are acceptable.
And actually one of the smaller ones.
153 wounded. So that's not the school shooting numbers, but 153 wounded, 8 killed.
No, wounded is a lot.
One dude missing.
Wounded could be I sprained my ankle running to whatever. It's a lot of things.
The one dude missing, I imagine that's just a dude going, ah.
Oh, that guy pieced out. Yeah.
He's like, I'm done.
He was so... He was fucking done with this war. He
had
went and found some little cabin where some little witch of the woods was living. He's like, "Hey, ma'am, can I please live with you?"
Yeah. He had a Johnny rant and Johnny rant and he pieced out. That's what that was.
Good
100%.
for him.
Yeah.
That actually might have been me.
Johnny, the Confederate side, they're going to have 1,235 wounded and killed, 1,000 missing, and 12 artillery pieces are seized. That's 2 full batteries.
Whoop.
Actually, in Confederate batteries, that's actually 3 Confederate batteries that are completely captured.
That's half of the guns they own.
Yeah, that's a significant. Like that's a significant number of cannons. That's a good number. This was a successful battle.
I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this war. Cannons are valuable. They do damage. They do a lot of damage. You can actually steal all the money from an entire town by just pointing a cannon at their courthouse.
You can do that. Yeah. That's
take whatever you want.
That's in fact the thing that happened at Johnny's hometown.
Yeah.
Except for the Masons money. We gave the Masons money. They're back.
No. They get to keep that.
Yeah, we keep that. That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. If you enjoy Civil War in Hindsight, check out Historic Hindsight. We do all kinds of fun things. We've got long format videos on all kinds of subjects. Hey, did you ever wonder where cereal comes from? You know, like that breakfast cereal you eat every morning? Yeah, apparently it came from a dude who thought that if you ate sugar, you'd become a sex-craved fiend. That's a thing that was real. You also got, like, the Pinkertons. We all see them in Red Dead Redemption 2, and they're a bunch of assholes. And turns out in real life, they were a bunch of union-breaking assholes. So that's something you can learn. Or we got shorts. I rant. We got a Johnny rant on one of them. Like, if you like drunk guys yelling into the ether, check us out.